I'm Brenda Bingham with the Blue Star Mothers, and I have with me today Karen Ballman, and we're going to share a little bit with you on Community Talk, and thanks for watching. Hi, Karen.
Hello.
You want to share some of our times of our meetings?
Well, our business meeting is the second Thursday of the month at the Oakwood Mall between Dillard's and the Cookie Company at 6:30. And then our packing meeting's the fourth Thursday of the month at 6:30 at the mall between the Cookie Company and Dillard's. And we always have a lot of fun. We just did our packing meeting last week because that was the fourth Thursday.
Right. And we celebrate the birthdays at that time too for the Blue Star Mothers and the associates. So you need to come join us. You might get a happy birthday
Jamie
too.
made a real good sheet cake.
It was very good. So anyway, we have fun doing that, and we continue to send care packages to our troops. And very excited. I went to Nationals in the end of July and the first part of August. And we wanted to share with you that we got the Shining Galaxy Award. And this is for one of the best chapter out of all of our Blue Star Mothers. And we're really proud of this. It's kind of a small reward and all that. But you know, for a small chapter, I think we done pretty good.
I think so too.
So we wanted to bring this and share with y'all because it's pretty awesome when you win out on so many chapters.
Yeah, so many of the larger chapters and stuff. But like we've said before, you know, we send care packages once a month, every month, and some of them don't do it, but maybe every 3 months.
Or every 6 months.
And we've done this since 2006.
Exactly. And you know, if it wasn't for our small chapter, we wouldn't be doing this. You know, we've been doing this with 6 or 8 moms, and most of them's been with us from the get-go. Karen was one of the very
Most of us are charter members, yeah.
And Betty and I come along a year, not quite, but almost a year later. And so we just keep it going. Sometimes we wonder how, but we do. So,
well, and the thing is, you know, too, and sometimes I don't think maybe the younger mothers don't understand that once a Blue Star mother, always a Blue Star mother, whether your child's home or not.
Exactly.
And once their child gets home, then they've got other things that they do.
Exactly. And, you know,
and we always welcome members.
Yes, because like my son's been out since 2009. And how about yours?
2014.
Yeah. So, you know, but we still serve because, you know what, there's someone's son or daughter that's over there, and there's someone that's missing home. And you know, what a smile you put on their face when they get a box from somebody that they don't really know, but they know that it came from home.
And we get some thank you letters, and we get the picture we got when we sent the stocking hats for the fall and winter months over there, especially in Afghanistan. And they all had these stocking hats on.
Right, and holding up I can't remember.
I think it was
wanna
the sergeant, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was the top sergeant, so whatever that was. But anyway, it was really cute because they was holding him up, and it was really awesome.
And he's going like this with these stocking hats.
So it was really sweet that they shared that. But again, you know, it's always nice to hear from them after you've sent, or we'll be sitting there in the mall and all of a sudden somebody comes in, and you can tell by the look on their face that they're kind of curious or they're wanting to say something, and then all of a sudden they blurt out, "You sent me package."
I know, or at our fundraiser, especially at Walmart.
It's always neat to do that.
Yeah.
And then we get a hug, of course, you know, because they all become our children, right? Even if they're adults.
I know. But I know when my son was there and he'd open his box, they'd all gather around him.
Exactly. Yeah, because they have to share. I don't know how many boxes I made, homemade stuff.
Right.
But, you know, and I still do, you know, with the holidays coming up. I mean, my gosh, where's this year gone?
I don't know. It seems like it just started, and we've got some fundraisers coming up. Y'all just did Ames Day.
Right, and it was fun, and Betty Crosswhite got the I forget what they called it, but the first place pie. and her sister-in-law got Betty's was the double crust and peach, and she got first place for that. Then her sister-in-law got first place or grand champion for the single crust, which was a pecan. And her sister-in-law is, I think she said 88 years old. But you know what? It was amazing. I know she was so happy.
Her pie brought $425.
Yes.
But it all is donation for the Drummond Fire Department.
Ames.
They do
Ames Fire
Department, excuse me, but they do that every year
Yes.
to keep their fire department going.
And to us, you know, they support us, so we in turn support them, and we make pies and take out there. And I made strawberry rhubarb, and it brought 300 and something. And I was like, oh, that's amazing. I can't believe.
But they know it's for donation.
It is.
You know.
It is.
But that's nice that they bid on the pies like that.
Exactly.
Because it helps. Makes us feel good. It makes the fire department feel good too, because then
Exactly.
they have money to run their fire department for the year.
Exactly. And it was fun doing that. You know, it always is. And so we got that fundraiser done. And then I believe it's going to be not this weekend, but the following weekend. We're going to have a gas card giveaway out at Mino at Am Pride. I think that's the name of it. It's run by the co-op. Anyway, we will be selling chances for a $100 gas card. It's $1 a chance, or 6 for $5. And we'll be there, I believe it'll be Friday evening and Saturday. And then we'll give it away Saturday afternoon about 5:30. But anyway, if you'd like to get in on that, stop in or holler at one of us, and we'll sell you a ticket in advance if you'd like it, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then after that, we have a fundraiser coming up at Atwood's. It's 2 hot dogs and a drink for $1. Now, how can you go wrong with that? And the hot dogs are really good. They are very good quality. And so it helps us. That's Atwood's way of giving back. So we benefit from the money that we sell, how many hot dogs and all that. So, and we also will be baking pies. So if you want one of those $300 or $400 pies, you might want to come out to Atwood.
Ours is not quite that expensive.
Not really, but you know, you can get it for $20 or $30 from us. But if you want to see what a $400 pie tastes like, no, I'm just kidding. But anyway, they're really good, and we'll have other goodies. You know, Karen makes brownies a lot of times, and
even cookies. Everything
cookies.
usually sells. Jolene makes homemade bread and different
Exactly.
things like that, you know, and it helps us to send our care packages, because not only what you put in the box, but the postage to send it.
Right,
and
it's gone
up.
Yes, it's $14.35 now for a box. And so we continue to do that. And also October, you know, we'll be sending packages to the troops for Halloween, and then November we get to bake some more, because we always try to send just baked goods, homemade items, stuff like that for the Thanksgiving, Christmas. We want them to know that even though they're not home, that we're here to help them, and to let them know that they're thought of even though they're not right here in country.
That's true.
So we want them to know that we appreciate their sacrifice for us, and we want to send them something that they can enjoy and have a good time.
And that's the only time our meetings change, because usually the fourth Thursday is Thanksgiving.
Right.
So we have to do that
Usually a week ahead of time.
So they'll get it. And then the Christmas, we usually have to have those in by December 10th.
Yeah, and we usually do
go
it the
overseas.
first Saturday. I haven't really looked at the calendar, but usually it's the first Saturday of December, unless it's like the first, second, or third. But we'll try to get them out then so that they'll be sure and have them by Christmas.
And a candy cane, maybe a Christmas stocking with something in it, or homemade cookies, or
Right.
fudge, or candy and stuff. It means so much to them
Yeah.
when they're away from home for the holidays.
And last year we had a church, I believe it was a church group It may have been individual. It was a man and wife that brought it to us at the mall, and they had brought homemade fudge and oh, now I can't, cookies, a lot of cookies. Oh my gosh! And these were big cookies, and you know, they brought enough for 100 and something boxes. So we filled their boxes with that plus what we had. So they had a very nice Christmas as far as goodies. So if you're out there and you're listening, thank you, the couple from Hennessy. And whether it was you by yourself, your church family, it was awesome. And I know that the troops enjoyed that.
And we have a couple of ladies that crochet stocking hats or beanie hats for us. And this one did about 50 and one did about 30. So we always get those in the boxes, usually by October.
Yes, yes, because you know it gets pretty cold, especially if they're in Afghanistan and they get up in those mountains. It's pretty cold. But we end up sitting here talking a lot, and then our time will be up here in a few minutes. So I would like to encourage y'all to get out and touch the lives of people who have their sons and daughters serving. You know, like I said, our chapter is very small. We have we have 8 members, but we have about 6 that come to most everything.
And then we have our associates.
Associates, yes, our associates are wonderful. They help us out. And an associate is a dad. An associate could be just a friend or somebody that just wants to help with the Blue Star Mothers, but they can be an associate no matter how they entwine. But you know, it's all for our soldiers. It's all for our airmen, our Marines, our Navy, our Coast Guard. But you know what? They're all putting their life on the line for us. And so I hope you moms and dads will step forward and help us to continue this and to help us to send these care packages and make your sons and daughters just as proud of you as you are of them. Because as a mom, I was very proud. I'm still very proud. It doesn't matter. My son will be 50 years old and I'll be 80 maybe. And you know what? I'll be just as proud as I was the day he went in the service.
And if you have the name of a soldier that needs a care package, make sure you let us know. Doesn't matter where you're from. If you send that name to us, they will get a box once a month until they come home.
That's right. And you know, it's sent from the heart. It's not because we have to. It's because we want to. And it's because we want to make that person happy. Whether they're a single person or whether they're a family of 5 or 6 or whatever, we still want to see a smile on their face for a few minutes in their terrible situations.
That's right.
So, with that being said, I guess I need to shut up and quit rambling. But for now, we would like to ask y'all to continue to pray for our troops. Pray for the families who are sending their sons and daughters and their husbands and daddies away. Pray for them. Keep them in your prayers all the time. And remember the soldier from Edmond, Oklahoma, who was injured overseas, and he's fighting for his life. He's in Texas with his family around him. And so we pray for him, and we ask y'all to continue prayers for him and continue to pray for the families that's had to say goodbye. And Karen?
I just say thank everybody for everything and all the things they do for us, and God bless America.
Thank you so much. And thank you all for listening to us, and thank you, Community Talk, for having us on and helping us to get our word out. Thanks again. We love y'all.
Hi, I'm Dan Scheidel, the Executive Director of United Way of Enid in northwestern Oklahoma. Visit us at our website at unitedwayenid.org and watch for us on Community Talk.
Hi, and welcome back to Community Talk. I am Ashley Wright, Leonardo's newest event coordinator, and with me today is our Executive Director, Tracy Biddle. Tracy, I understand we have some exciting fall things coming up. Why don't you tell me about them?
Yes, fall is a lot of fun at Leonardo's. We've come off of a busy summer. We had 8 weeks of summer camp and have visitors from all around the world, and that's a lot of fun. And then we kind of take a deep breath, and then we go, wow, now we have events. So we have events, and then we have classes that are starting for after school. So we want to be sure that everybody knows what there is offered and to start setting up that fall schedule that we all need. So the first thing that I'd like to talk about is Motor Mania. Motor Mania, we have moved up just a little bit. We just had a conversation with someone. It was in October last year. However, it was very cold. It's, you know, Oklahoma weather is amazing, but so we moved it up to September, where I think it'll be a good, safe date. And so we are holding Motor Mania. This is a really fun event we have done for quite a few years. This is, some people call it Touch a Truck, but it's basically any type of motorized vehicle we want to introduce children to. And what's so fun about it is often there's questions, you know, Mom, what is that? Dad, what is that? Why does it do that? Why does it make the noise? All that good stuff. Well, now kids are encouraged, go up and ask those questions, push the button, make the siren go, make it make noise. They can ask all the questions they want of the people to bring it. And so that's a lot of fun. It's a lot of education. It's called Motor Mania, and it is being sponsored by TPI Staffing Services, H&J Services, and TNC Meats. And then we've added a neat matching grant program to it this year. There's going to be an opportunity for us to have all of the income what we get that morning matched by the Modern Woodmen of America, Chapter 7060. They're a local group. They're an insurance conglomerate, I believe, but they also do a ton of things for the community. And this is a project that we submitted for and were approved for. And so if we can earn up to $2,500 at this particular event, where we're raising money to do buy our educational supplies and things, the Modern Woodwind will match that up to $2,500. So
Wow.
could be a good $5,000 income event for Leonardo's, which we need to have this time of the year when our attendance is less.
Right.
So the event is Saturday morning. It is 10 a.m. to noon. The admission is $9 for people that are non-members. If you're a member, it's just $5. The reason there is any charge at all is because of the special event and because you do receive lunch. So we have a lot of families that think it's kind of fun to, you know, kind of sleep in a little bit, get there by 10:30, play for a while, have lunch, and then play for a while again. Your admission is good for the whole day. So
Perfect.
it's a lot of fun. You have been calling a lot of people
I have.
and asking them to come and attend, and we're going to have things from race cars, motorcycles, fire trucks, school buses, all kinds of trucks that we can think of. The fire trucks, the patrol cars, as long as hopefully it's not in use. There's a big, it almost looks like an army tank that the SWAT team from Enid uses, and that'll be coming, and it's called an armored vehicle, I think.
Right.
So, and then we're going to have the not CDSA, but SPCA will have her truck and hopefully an animal with her. We're going to have a video game truck, a convertible Mustang, a live remote van from KOFM, a dump truck, just all the big yellow pieces of equipment that sometimes you see on the side of the road and have lots of questions about. So they're all going to be together for kids to just climb all over and have a good time.
It sounds like a fun day.
It is. And I like the element of education too. I just think every time that a child can be around, especially the emergency vehicles and stuff, that gives them more of an understanding about how these people might be there to help you in an emergency situation. And it's not quite so scary if you already have an understanding of what these heroes, everyday heroes, are doing for us in emergency situations. So it's always really fun to see the firefighters and the policemen and things. And the new tanker truck that we have from Vance, it actually they can hold the hose and squirt the water and things like that. So.
Seems fun.
Yeah. So Motor Mania is coming up. It is going to be in September. It's September 21st. Motor Mania. Thank you to TPI Staffing, H&J Services, and TNC Meats, and also Modern Woodman's, because we are doing able to do a matching grant with them to help Leonardo's fund educational programs. So pretty excited about that.
So you mentioned fall classes. You want to tell me about those?
Right. We try to have a good assortment of fall classes so that during the after school hours we can bring kids in, let them work over in our education annex, and each day kind of has a different theme. We're starting off the week with a new class on Mondays. These classes start in October and run through just kind of the beginning of December. So not quite the full semester, but we will have the classes meet once a week on that particular day. So like on Monday is our newest class, and there we're doing the bare bones of computer science. And what this is it's just the very basics and starting activities that will lead and help the child's mind start to think how computer programming works.
Oh, cool.
So it's amazing the things that we don't even realize that contribute to that. And so we'll have a class specifically targeted that with lots of fun activities. And that is on Monday after school. These classes run about 3:30 to 5:30. We feed them a healthy snack when they get to the education annex, let them relax for a second, and then we start doing some really creative science type of experiments with them. That goes especially for Tuesday, because Tuesday is OG&E Science Club, and that is a lot of fun. OG&E sponsors this class. It's where you get to go and make things, and we make things that blow up, we make things that use energy and light things up. It's a lot of fun. We're really grateful to OG&E for sponsoring Science Club, and that runs on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, we do pottery, and what we're going to try to do is have one for older kids and one for younger kids. So moms need to get on the phone, give us a call, and let us know the age range and their interests so that we can hopefully fill both of those classes, but there'll be 2 classes offered on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we have the JWL Fashion Design class. This is so neat. The Junior Welfare League of Enid has provided the funds. We were able to buy some sewing machines and different teaching curriculum. And boys, girls, anybody that wants to come and learn about fashion design. And we usually make something each semester. Last year, I think the first one, they made a bag that they could carry and personalize. That was a lot of fun. And then the second semester, they made like, I'd call them pajama pants or, lounge around type of fun pants. And of course, everyone had the different personality of the kids. It was a lot of fun.
Right.
So, and then we want everybody to know that we do like to help the homeschool families as well. And so on Friday mornings, we do tools for homeschool. And so if you're a family that's getting back into the swing of studying academics for the fall, a lot of times arts and science are a harder thing to work into the curriculum all the time. You can bring your child to Leonardo's on Friday morning, and we have a 30-year veteran teacher will teach science and art to the children.
Oh, how neat.
And that helps the parent out a little bit. The other thing I like about the Tools for Homeschool Days is it allows the families that are sometimes isolated in their homes to have a place to get together and meet each week and network and help each other out. It's also, good to have a little bit of practice sitting in that classroom with some other children in there other than your siblings. So it's a really good class. A lot of fun.
Sounds fun.
I love it when it's homeschool. Then also I want everybody to know October's coming up, and in October we will, whenever Enid Public School goes for their break on the 17th, 18th, and 19th, we will be having special activities at the museum all day those days. We kind of redesigned that event last year. Instead of doing a 2-hour party, we just made special activities all day long each day of the break, all the way into Saturday. And they're a lot of fun. We get grains, soybeans and corn and wheat and all kinds of things for the kids to play with the tractors and trucks. We've done face painting. Fall crafts are a lot of fun.
Oh, yes.
So we make just everything you can think of all over that weekend. We try to provide all the supplies and the tools, and it's a lot of fun. We're going to do a lot of giveaways that weekend too.
Oh, how exciting.
Yep. So Ashley's been helping me do some shopping, and we're picking some stuff out. We'll do a day where we give away some water bottles. We're going to do a day where we give away some educational information and maybe some cups and things like that. So that's a lot of fun. So be watching for the details. Where all do you post all these for people to look?
You can look on our website. We also post them on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I think
Those are
that's
the
really about
primary
it.
ones, yeah. And check it out on our website. What I like about Facebook is it's a real, more kind of a day-to-day of report of things going on. So we're starting to wind down, for instance, the water table for this year.
Yes.
So you got to post up there to let people know, because some people absolutely love that water table. And we need to just let them know that there's just a couple more weeks to play in the water.
Right.
So hard to believe. So the biggest message that we wanted to be sure and get out to everybody are these two big events for the fall. I'm going to do a little bit of a teaser here for, normally we are planning the Princess Ball. Princess Ball we are postponing and doing in February of 2020 now. Moms that have been writing on Facebook, dads that are planning, this year will be kind of neat because they can buy tickets around the holidays. You could buy a dress and a couple of tickets and make that a nice Christmas package. But the tickets will go on sale December 1st for this year's Princess Ball, and the Princess Ball will be held in February of 2020 at 81 Ranch.
Oh, how fun.
So you're going to love that one.
I am excited for that event.
Yes, it's a lot of fun. We'll have princess dressed up, lots of Disney themed dances and activities, and it's a really, really fun party. That
Sounds
2
like
hours
it.
flies by. So the last thing that I would like to share with everybody is we're kind of winding down to the end of our fiscal year, and we're heading into the giving season also for others if you go by a calendar year. And so I just want to remind everybody that Leonardo's is a 501c3 nonprofit agency. We really are down a little bit in our donations. I think I visited with some other museums, and there's a little bit of that going on across the state. But please remember that even with our growth, our beautiful facility, this actually is where the classes will be going on. With that, we have a lot higher electric bills and insurance bills and everything like that. So as people are planning towards the end of the year, I really hope they would remember that their gifts are tax deductible, and we really need those things to help us continue to grow and thrive and be able to offer these educational opportunities.
Yes. Well, sounds like we have a lot of fun things coming up, so we hope to see you all there. Thank you for listening to Tracy and I, and stay tuned for the next segment of Community Talk.
Hi, I'm Tree Perkins with Youth and Family Services. We've got a lot of great programming and opportunities to serve your family at Youth and Family Services. Be sure and watch for us on Community Talk to learn about many of these great things that we can help you with.
Hello, I'm Bob Osborne with Grace Care, and I'm also a member of the board of RSVP. And I have with me today Teresa Russell from RSVP. And Teresa, what is your position there at RSVP?
I'm the coordinator of the Mobile Meals program that we have.
Mobile Meals, that sounds pretty interesting. So tell us, a lot of our audience probably knows about RSVP and they know a little bit about Mobile Meals, but so how many meals a day do you deliver?
We deliver between 100 to 120 a day.
100 to 120 meals a day. And where are these meals prepared?
They are prepared at Bass Hospital, and the other routes are prepared at St. Mary's.
So we got 2 hospitals helping out with preparing the meals. And so how many drivers does it take?
It takes 11 drivers a day
11
to
drivers.
deliver
So
our routes.
There's 11 routes, okay? And so one of the things we wanted to talk about today, I know, is you need volunteer drivers.
Yes, we're always in need of drivers, even fill-in drivers. It doesn't matter. We can always use drivers.
And so what kind of commitment are we talking about? If a person says, hey, I could probably give some time to that, what kind of commitment are you looking for?
What we do is we usually have each driver drive once a week, and that's between 45 minutes to an hour by the time you pick your meals up at the hospitals and then deliver the route. That's about the amount of time you're talking about.
Well, that doesn't seem like a very big commitment.
No.
Certainly there's somebody out there in the audience that would like to help. Tell me about how many meals would each route deliver?
Each route has between 7 to 10 people.
So it's not a big deal.
No.
And so what's included in these meals?
There's a hot meal that is fixed each day. It's prepared, and there's a entree, a vegetable, a roll, and then also in a cold sack they have a drink and most usually the dessert in a salad or in the cold sack.
So I know that at Grace Care we volunteer sometimes, and we come and we like to bring an ice chest because we put the cold stuff in there. But the hot items are in styrofoam containers, which makes it easy. And if there's any special instructions, they're on there. And so if I show up there and you tell me to go get Route 7, what do I do? I'm new, I've never done this before, and you say, hey Bob, you volunteered. Are you going to take me up there and show me the first time, or how does that work?
I'll meet you. You can either come to the office and follow me to the hospital, whichever one you're picking up at, or we can just meet at the hospital. And what you do when you get there is you go in, and each one has a specific place that you pick the meals up at, and there is a clipboard with a master copy of the route sheet, and you just make sure that if anybody's off for that day, you don't have a meal for them, or if there's any special instructions, we just tell you that is what we use between me and the drivers, because I have no contact with them every day. There's just too many to do that. So I leave messages on the clipboards for people to know what is going on their route that day.
So, okay, so I'm volunteering, and I drive up there, and I pull you got a clipboard. I pull out a piece of paper, and it's going to tell me exactly what I need to do that day.
Yes.
And it's also in order, right? So
Correct.
It's the shortest distance if I go that way. So it's pretty easy. I know we've done it. How would you say those 120 people, are they looking forward to that visit?
The people that we deliver to are most usually at home 24 hours a day by themselves, and we're kind of the eyes and ears for the family, or even for just the individual person, that if they don't act like they have, in days past, and you just feel like something's not right, we're the eyes that can, get those people help or see what's going on. And we have found people that have fallen, or they're sick when we come in the door and they need emergency help right then. We're just there to make them be able to stay in their home and just give them a smile every day to say, hey, somebody cares about you.
Well, that's great. I know that they really do look forward to it. Isolation, loneliness now has been identified as a very leading cause of bad health, of even death, when people isolate. We're meant to have fellowship. And I know when I go and deliver, it's always fun to see those people, and they are welcoming. They're just happy to see you, and a kind voice. Now, do you have people that volunteer every day, or do most of them just do one day a week? Or?
Most of them just do one day a week, and if you're not able to do it the day you're supposed to deliver, all you have to do is call me, and I'll find somebody to fill in for you. It's not you have to be there, It's
we
a
want you to be
volunteer
reliable,
basis.
but we understand
Right.
that things come up,
Right.
and you might not be able to make it that day. So how would they contact you if they say, hey, I think I might like to do that, I want to learn more about it, or and they want to talk to you? How do they do that?
They can either come by the office there at the corner of 602 South Van Buren across from Walgreens, or they can give me a call on the phone. It's 233-5914, and I'll talk with them and kind of explain what goes on, and we'll get them set up if that's what they want to do.
That's great, and it's a great program. How many years have you been at RSVP?
I've been there 2 years now.
2 years. And I know that they've threatened your life if you ever try to leave, right?
I started out as a volunteer, and it's become a paying job, and I love it. You have to have a kind heart to to want to take care of elderly people, because it seems like they're out there in this world all alone, and you know, they need somebody to care about them and just make sure that they can stay in their home as long as they can by
Right.
having help. As we get into the homes, we see that they need home repairs. We have a home repair man that, you know, we go out and do small things, but just try to keep them in their home as long as we can.
So you really are the contact in Enid and for all kinds of services, because if RSVP doesn't have that service, often you know where to turn to, right?
Right. If we don't have the answer, we'll help them find the answer.
That's
So,
right. And I know that you've done that a lot of times when people had different situations come up, and I know that you've worked with the, what do they call that new board now? Where
Elder Abuse
Elder
Task
Abuse.
Force.
And so they've got an Elder Abuse Task Force in Enid that RSVP often sees things, or their volunteers see things, and they say, hey, that doesn't seem like that's right, and we can address that or have it at least checked out and make sure everything's okay.
Right.
So what's that phone number again?
It's 233-5914.
233-5914, that's RSVP. And about how many drivers do you have right now? So I guess
It
times
takes 55 drivers a week to
55
cover
drivers
my
a week.
routes. Yeah.
And so I know there's some people sitting out there today that you've got a heart for seniors and a heart for the Enid community, and surely you could give an hour and a half a week maximum, or if you want to do it a couple days a week, I don't think you would complain, would you?
No, I wouldn't.
No. And I know it's nice. I know we're kind of on your standby list, so that
Yes,
if
you
somebody
are.
does call in sick, or you know, for some reason they can't make it, and so it's good to have some of those people too.
Yes, it is, because I need those people too, because if the regular person can't do it, then I have to find
Somebody to back up
somebody
and do
to
that.
fill that route for that day, or those people don't get their meal.
So how often do you have to go out and deliver a meal?
It depends on how my drivers are. Right now, my drivers, I've got a few routes that are empty, but maybe once, twice a month, I have
Okay.
to deliver a route, but
So come on,
I have
guys.
wonderful people that work with me, so.
So come on, guys. Let's get Teresa a big list of volunteers. Like she said, it's not a very big commitment. It's an hour and a half a week, but we would definitely say it could be life-changing.
Yes, it is.
Not only for you, but for anybody that is at home and they don't have any family necessarily that can come, or maybe their family lives out of town. I know that when I go out on those routes and they open the door, they're just glad to see you
That's all they want is
and thankful.
a face and a meal.
Yeah. And so I know a lot of you out there in the community, you've got a great heart. You want to help, and there's no greater thing, I don't believe, than helping our seniors.
No, there isn't.
Okay, so we would invite everyone to call that number. It's going to be there on your screen. And we just want to thank you for tuning in today, and remember to call Teresa at RSVP. Mobile meals is what we've been talking about here on Community Talk. And we invite you to stay tuned for the next segment of Community Talk. And thank you for watching.
Hi, I'm Vicki Grants, and this is Jet, and we're with the Enid SPCA. And we are working really hard to make Enid a more humane community. Be sure and check us out on Community Talk.
Hello, welcome to Community Talk. I'm Michaeline, the communication specialist with the library. And today I have with me Margot Holmes, the adult programmer. Welcome back, Margot.
Thank you, Michaeline.
So something we're going to be talking about today is the adult activities that we have going on at the Enid Public Library. And let's get a little background on you first, because I know you've been with the library for quite a few years now. How long have you been the adult programmer?
I think I've been with the library about 10 years, so probably in the adult services capacity about 8 years. It's hard to remember, time flies, you know?
Well, you always have such fun activities. And I think something that always sticks out for me was the Eat Your Words Cookbook Club, which is kind of ironic because I'm not a cook, but it sounds like a really fun program. So can you tell us a little bit about what the Cookbook Club is?
Sure. The Cookbook Club is a lot of fun. I love reading cookbooks, which is kind of ironic because I used to make fun of my mother for reading cookbooks. So yes, we do become our mothers. A lot of people like to read cookbooks, and the cookbook clubs are really popular in libraries right now. It's a good opportunity to try out a recipe that you might not necessarily have tried otherwise, and to sample each other's cooking.
Oh, that sounds
It's a lot of
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
Basically, each month we pick a theme, and then the participants check out a cookbook, either a physical cookbook from the library or an ebook. We have a lot of cookbooks in our digital library as well. And then they review the cookbook and bring in a sample of something that they cooked
Right.
from it.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's really for everyone as well, regardless of your cooking talent.
It is. It is. If you don't want to cook or you don't have the resources to do that and you want to come to that cookbook club, please come.
Right.
Everyone is welcome.
And that's just one of your book clubs as well. You have quite a diverse group of book clubs. Let's talk about the Great American Bestsellers Book Club. What's that one about?
Okay. So that one we do in conjunction with great courses. And Professor Peter Kahn from the University of Pennsylvania has put together this curriculum. He chose 24 books that are important to America. Basically, those are books that really reflect what was going on in society at the time. And some of those books actually shaped our history
Right.
and really influenced things. So there's 24 books. We've done 12. We have 12 more coming up.
Oh, wow.
You can check out the book down at the service desk about a month before the program. Then we watch about a 30-minute lecture from Professor Kahn and then have book discussion after that.
And does it kind of go in the time period? Does it build on that?
It does. The first book we did was the Bay Psalm book, which was before we were, the United States. And then it's going forward in time.
Okay. And that's going to be the first Tuesday of the month is when that takes place.
Correct.
At 6 o'clock p.m. And there's also the second Tuesday book club, which is aptly titled because it's the second Tuesday.
It is, I guess I wasn't very imaginative that day, but yes, the second Tuesday book club is a lot more relaxed. We read a large, diverse type of book there. We've done historical fiction, mystery, sci-fi, literary fiction, just all different kinds. We usually kind of decide the books about 6 months ahead, and then I either buy them or I borrow them from other libraries so that folks can check them out. We just finished Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None, and that was a really good one. And then coming up, we have The Summer Before the War, Z, which is a novel about Zelda Fitzgerald, and then also Big Little Lies, which is a lot of fun.
So are they more contemporary ones then?
It's kind of a mixture, but yeah, for the most part, they are more contemporary books.
Okay, good. And then we talked about the cookbook club, which is the fourth Tuesday. And I like how they're all kind of on a Tuesday at the same time. It's definitely easy to remember. But one of the special ones you have going on is Let's Talk About It Oklahoma. Can you tell us a little bit about that one?
Sure. So Let's Talk About It Oklahoma is a scholar-led book discussion series that's sponsored through Oklahoma Humanities. So typically there's about 5 books in the series. We would meet about every 3 to 4 weeks, so it takes about 3 months to complete a cycle. And then we have a college professor who will come to each book discussion and kind of give us background about the author and why this book is important to the series that we're doing. So the current series we're doing is called Oklahoma Revisions. Something like Oklahoma Experience Revisions, sorry.
So that's more on the history of Oklahoma.
It kind of is. It's contemporary authors that are writing about events that happened in the past.
Okay. And that's a seasonal one, so it's not something that's always offered at the library.
Right. We usually do it in the fall.
Okay. What about some regular events we can hit on here?
Okay.
One of the more recent one was the Let's Talk meal prep class.
Right.
And it was actually so popular you had to come back and do another another class.
Right.
So can you tell us what that one is?
Okay. Yes, we had our first Let's Talk meal prep class in August, and we had 21 people on the waiting list. So we're going to do it again in September. And I would encourage you to go ahead and call the library at 234-6313 and get your name put on that waiting list as soon as possible. It's a great class. We talk a little bit about food safety, nutrition, how to organize yourself if you're going to get into meal prep.
Yeah, and I was in the background there too of the class, and I had a lot of
Sure.
fun.
Good.
So it's definitely learning prep. You're getting some hands-on experience, and you take home a meal as well.
You do. We're going to put together sort of a Lunchables for grown-ups. It's like a cold lunch that then they can have for lunch the next day.
Awesome. Are there any upcoming events you kind of want to hint at that are coming up?
Yes. September, we are going to start our U.S. citizenship test prep classes
Right.
again.
It's coming back.
Right, and that's going to be happening on Wednesdays at 5:30, and that is for anyone who has their permanent residency but are looking towards getting their U.S. citizenship, and we help you study for that exam and get ready for that. And then our art and craft classes are always really popular at the library. So in September, we are going to have an encore presentation of Bad Art Night at the library.
Oh, this one sounds really fun to me.
It is hilarious. We did it before. We had a blast. Basically, people come and compete to make the worst piece of art possible. And then whoever wins worst disaster piece is going to take home a hideous trophy.
That'll be a lot of fun.
It is.
So we covered quite a bit here. And I know anybody who has questions or wants to get a quick look at the calendar can go to our website. But can they also contact you personally if they have any questions?
They can. The best way to contact me is probably through email, since I'm not really at my desk all that often to answer the phone. My email is mholmes@enid.org, and you can also find that email address on our website.
Right. Well, thank you very much for talking with us, Margot.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And that'll do it for this edition of Community Talk.
If your nonprofit group would like to be on Community Talk, give us a call at 540-8918.